I just received an email asking about my camera setup, and I'm going to do a video. Well, I figured I would do a video reply, and if I'm going to make a video reply, it'd be easier to just, or it'd be convenient to just make the video public. So here we go. I'm on my cell phone, so sorry for the shaky hands. Just the overview. This is a homemade bucket pod that I made. This is a Sony a6500 camera, and that is a monitor. So the camera, Sony a6500 camera, I pre-ordered this in November of 2016 to replace my Canon T3i that did not have autofocus in video mode. I've been using this for about 5 years. It's been a workhorse. I've abused it. It's held up just fine. It produces a nice quality image, I think so anyway. I record in S-Log2 Rec 709 color space, and yeah, just basic stuff. The lens is a 18-105 lens. I like this lens. It's a workhorse. 18-105. It's a good range for here in the shop. My only complaint with it is the minimum focal distance is like, you can't get any closer to this than like that at 18, and then at 105 you got to be like way out to here for it to focus that close. So you can't do like tight detail shots, but it shoots in 4K, so you can punch in. So there's that. I bring that up because my Canon T3i, I had a Tamron 17-50, I think is what it was. It was a constant f2.8 aperture. This is a constant f4 throughout its range. But that Tamron could focus super close. So you got some really good detail on tight shots. So there's that. I have two microphones plugged into this thing. A shotgun mic and a lavalier mic. The shotgun is a Shure Lens Hopper VP83. I like this one. This is the one I settled on after going through a couple of them, mainly because of the sound quality is good, but the battery uses a AA battery instead of 9-volt that a lot of these microphones use. I don't know why a lot of these use 9-volt. 9-volt's not that common and kind of inconvenient. If I'm not mistaken, this particular microphone has like a 7-day battery life, something crazy like that, but I've gotten in the habit of replacing the battery or swapping it out. I use rechargeable ones every time that I swap out for the camera. So in a studio-ish environment like this where I'm recording for long periods of time, like all day, the stock battery, you just go through so many of them. So I did away with the stock battery, put a dummy battery in here that goes up to this battery plate for an NPF 970, which is a much larger battery, and I can get a full day's worth of recording off of one battery. The monitor just sucks through juice, so it's like a battery and a half per day. This monitor will always go black before this thing shuts off. And I have 4 of these batteries, so I just cycle them out on my charger. I have a dual charger over there that charges 2 at a time, so I just swap them out as needed. Pretty convenient setup. Two microphones. This microphone is the Rode, Rode something or other. It's the small Rode microphones, and the transmitter's down there. But I have them both going into an audio splitter that splits the left and right channel and goes into the audio jack right here. So on my video editor and on the computer, I have one track set to use the left channel and output a mono signal, and the other track set, or a second track, to use the right channel and output a mono channel, or mono output. That way, as I'm editing, I can just move the audio track depending on which microphone that I want to use. If I want to use narration, it goes on one track. If I want shop sounds, it goes on the other track. And I like it. Works out pretty nice. Sitting in a small rig cage, and the only reason I put this cage on here was because of this battery plate. I had the battery plate mounted to here, but anytime I wanted to take the camera off, I'd have to put one of them small batteries in, and it just wasn't convenient. So yeah, it makes a much larger, clunkier setup if I want to take this off, but that's fine. I've got good battery life. I've got a monitor plugged in because the screen here will only go down that far because my cage is in the way, and it will go up all the way, so if you look top down, but it won't flip to the side, so when you're over here, you can't see yourself. So that's why I have the monitor. There's me and my cell phone and my pretty face that you can't see behind my cell phone. that's all plugged in. This monitor is on a swivel right here. Swivels right here. And of course, it's got a ball mount so you can move it around. There's a regular ball mount here, a little bit of hockey tape for some extra grip on the knobs that I wore off. This arm, I have a couple holes in here. I just randomly screw stuff as needed to it. This screw I keep right here to stab a piece of paper, and then I can hold some notes as I'm recording. So if I got a vlog video, some stuff to talk about, paper is normally hanging right there, ready to go. Nice little setup here, I think. The bucket pod allows for quick elevation changes. You can go up high, go down low very quick with just a little bit of, about a quarter turn, move it as needed, quarter turn. Super convenient. The original build video for this bucket pod, I had an articulating arm right here that moved around. And I did away with that because what I found is I just kept it in the horizontal location the most and just changed elevation. Didn't really articulate it at all. So just did away with some moving parts and just screwed this piece of scrap wood to the backside. It's split over here. It's just scrap wood. It works. It works. And the knob is just a scrap piece of Babinga, nothing fancy. A hole right here. I had a T-nut on the inside, and this bolt went through that T-nut and pressed onto the pipe to lock it in place. But the T-nuts kept stripping out. I went through 2 or 3 T-nuts before I realized I had to do something different. And I just drilled a hole into this piece of walnut, threaded it, and used the threads of the wood with this bolt. And this has held up many, many years, where I was only getting like months out of that T-nut. So there's that. What else? Oh, the microphone. So this is, I keep a microphone hat ready to go. And this is the transmitter for my lav mic. It's the Rode whatever, like I said. And in the middle right there on top is a built-in microphone. But as you can see, I have another one plugged in. I had a Sennheiser lavalier microphone, which that's what this is. So I figured I might as well go ahead and use it. All the cord and the wire stays underneath the hat as I wear the hat. And what this setup allows is a very constant distance between the microphone and my mouth. So the audio is very consistent as I record. This hat is the same hat as my daily driver. My friend Ted Alexander gave me a bunch of these, and this one's seen some life, that's for sure. But I keep a hat ready to go at all times for the microphone. So that's what you see in the videos. I think that's my entire camera setup. I do have some other lenses for this camera that I don't use it often. I've got a wide angle lens, like I think a 10 to 17. Sometimes I'll use that. And I've got some photography lenses. I've used this for quite a few photo shoots of family photos and stuff like that. Really nice camera. Durable camera. Tiny camera. This camera looks clunky, but the camera itself is super tiny. But anyway, hopefully that answers your question for the email. And for those of you who didn't ask a question, you got some answers anyway. You guys take care.